Hello, greetings, welcome. This is Mojo Rising, and I am going to give you a very cosmic songwriting lesson here. As a little assistance from what I would interpret as from the spirit of Jim Morrison here, as I had some visitations, and we're going to try and hash out a songwriting lesson that is of the very cosmic variety. So we're going to start here with a quote from Jim, because I'm going to explain to you what he's talking about here. This is a quote from Jim Morrison. In that year, there was an intense visitation of energy. I left school and went down to the beach to live. I slept on a roof. At night, the moon became a woman's face, and I met the spirit of music. So, Jim was doing a lot of drugs when he wrote that, tripping on acid and stuff, but Jim, I think, what I want to explain to you, stumbled across a technique that I myself use, and I'm going to try and explain this to you in my own words the best that I can, and very simplistic terms, so that we can easily digest this information here. Because Jim is using the exact technique that I wrote, because there's more elaborate notes on what he's doing here, and he very specifically, even there's a line in the movie of The Doors where he says there's a concert going on in his head, and that is very directly related to what I want to talk about here. And there's a concept of writing that's very advanced. When you get further down the line of songwriting, I've been writing songs now for 30 years. I started in 85, and it's 2025. So as you become more advanced, farther down the line, I'm going to explain to you a very cosmic tool in the songwriting toolkit. And what I would term it as is your inner radio. That's how I was referred to it as. And I'm going to explain to you how to develop your inner radio. Basically, imagine a scenario where you're going to jail. You're going to incarceration. And this isn't a jail with other people. This is a solitary jail. So you're going in a cell by yourself. You're going to have endless hours upon hours of free time. And, what are you going to do with all that free time? Lose your mind? So I would say after the endless hours of free time, one of the first things that you're going to maybe wish that you had was a radio. So in order to prep yourself for going into incarceration, you're going to take one of your favorite albums of music. Let's, for example, just say AC/DC, Back in Black, very popular album. So what you're going to do, develop your inner radio, is throw some headphones on, before you're going to go into jail, and turn on AC/DC's Back in Black. Listen to the whole album, and when it's done, you start it over. Listen to the whole album again. We're going to repeat that for like 10 times in a row. 10 times in a row, you're going to listen to the entire album, AC/DC Back in Black. So now after a while, when you kind of take off the headphones, that is just going to be playing back in your head, that the note. You're going to be able to just have almost a memorization of it because you've listened to it a dozen times in a row. So you're going to know it pretty much by heart. You're going to know it. And that is really the basis of the inner radio. So when Jim Morrison is talking about we had a great visitation of energy and there was a concert going on in my head, he's describing the inner radio. For me, I'm going to explain to you how the inner radio works for me. I've had this gift, maybe not at the very beginning of my songwriting career, but I learned to develop it. And one of the premises that Jim really wanted me to try and stress to you is that you're born with it or not born with it is a bunch of bullshit. What he wants you to do is develop it. It can be developed, and it doesn't matter whether you're born with it or born without it. It can be developed, and he wants you to look at it in a positive light that anybody can develop it. Now, for me personally, my inner radio, I've been doing it for such a long time that I can kind of just, use the dial on the radio, and I can dial up the cosmos. And not only can I, hear, songs that aren't playing, but I can hear new songs, and I can hear songs from the ether, songs that don't exist, songs that are born out of magic and brought to you via the inner radio. And, as I stated in a previous songwriting lesson, your job is just to dictate, the music comes in and, you can dictate and maybe even help create it. And for me, I can sometimes, when I listen to Jim Morrison quite a bit, I can just hear him in my head clear as day. And not just him singing like words of Strange Days or something, but he can actually communicate with me via the inner radio, just to give me anecdotes, words, not really a conversation, but just bits and pieces of information is what he's relaying. He very much one of the things that makes him very fond of me is one of the words that I write in one of my poems. It's called I Am the Serpent, the Messenger from Other Worlds. So that's what he enjoys, and he can try and relay a message from the ether, the other world, into my consciousness via the inner radio. And recently, just the reason I'm here is because he wrote a new song, and I'll get to that song later down to podcast here. Song that he very much likes. I helped him with it, and but he wrote the beginning of it, and clear as day, in my head, he's singing the song to me. So anyway, what I want to do is try and talk to you about trying to develop the inner radio in each of us. So you use that to just tune the cosmos and just bring in identities and spirits and ideas and all sorts of different things. Jim would be calling it calling upon the gods. That lyric in the Soft Parade. That's what you're doing. You're calling upon the gods. You're trying to bring in the consciousness of a different spirit through your inner radio, which is a very, very advanced songwriting technique. And as I stated, Jim wanted to say it's something that can be developed and worked upon. It's not born with it or outborn with it. It's something that can be developed. That's what he's trying to talk about when he's saying he had a great visitation of energy. He's like bringing in the consciousness, and whatever spirit that he was conjuring in his head was giving him this surplus of music. And Morrison, very much like myself, would just dictate it, write it down, take notes like while he was at the concert, and present those notes to another world, to the outside world. And that's, the entire concept of the inner radio. And there's a lot of cosmos and things that are very supernatural in here. He wanted me to tell you about a story about how I attempted to conjure up spirits in my own way, because he thought it would be helpful. And I'm going to relay that story to you here. When I first got my back tattoo done, the very first thing that I got done on my back was the words Mr. Mojo Rising, which is what I would call my spirit self of songwriting. Not, me personally, but my spirit's form of songwriting is Mr. Mojo Rising. And I was very specific in what I was doing. I had my back tattooed on his birthday, December 8th, and I had the tattoo artist actually play the song LA Woman when he was tattooing me, and he was actually, Jim Morrison was in the room, the spirit was conjured up, and he was singing Mr. Mojo Rising as I was getting tattooed Mr. Mojo Rising on my back. And Jim has told me through the inner radio multiple times that he was a big fan of the move, to do that, and he very much appreciated it, and he loved it. That was my personal attempt, my Greg, as calling upon the gods, and that's what I was doing. And there's a very lineal thing there, as I was getting it, tattooed on his birthday, which was the rebirth of a new spirit. And very much, I've been able to, down the road, be able to improve my ability to be able to channel spirits. It's not just Jim Morrison. I can channel any number of different spirits. Really, who they are doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're getting the great visitation of energy. That is the ultimate factor in everything. That's what Jim was trying to do. That's, how Jim developed his inner radio was to take a bunch of acid and trip out on the rooftop there. But very much like he says in his quote, he indeed met the spirit of music, and that's how he developed his inner radio. He songwrited just the exact same way as I do, and it's a very complicated spiritual cosmetic cosmos form of songwriting. Very advanced, and something that when you're trying to explain to somebody that is very you're going to sound half insane to try and say, hey, Jim Morrison's spirit visited me and he's given me some songs to sing. People would be like, yeah, okay, buddy, but the fact of the matter is it's very much real. I don't spend any time trying to worry about if the spirit or the voice from my inner radio is actually Jim Morrison, because it's really not of consequence. It's just the visitation of energy that matters. Jim is very specific to me on some things. When he is singing, I can hear his voice clear as day. So it's either Jim or somebody that's very, very good at copying his voice. So, and I got techniques that I can use to conjure him up. For me, Jim, he'll really come to me when I listen to the Doors' Matrix concerts. That's the one thing that'll really trigger him, and he'll sometimes come to me rather hard. Like that's the reason I'm here today. I'm got a very busy day, and I got a cold, and I'm a bit sick. But he's just pandering to me in my head so dramatically that I had to get here to try and broadcast these ideas, and that's why I'm behind the mic right now. So I got a lot of other things I'd rather be doing, but he's coming at me with such a strong force, and I can hear it so dramatically that I'm just doing what I should be doing. So anyway, he's got I got a song that he wrote, and I'm gonna try and sing this to you. One of the first lessons that Morrison will relay to you, or to me, I guess, would be that always try and broadcast, get a recording of the song on its birthday, which would be the inception of when he wrote it, because he says that's when the energy is the strongest, because it's the birth of the song. And I'm trying to think of all the stuff that he's tried to relay to me here, so I'm stumbling a little bit here. Let's see here. So when he wrote this particular song, there was a line in here that he didn't quite know how he wanted it, and he was asked my advice, and I said, he gave me two forms of the line, and I said my advice to him was just, as I'm trying to have a conversation with him in my head, is just use both of them. And his reply to me was, great, now I got two songs, or two lines that I don't like instead of one, which is pretty funny. But so Morrison, what I wanted to try and get at here, was trying to take out of my head here, was that Morrison's not a person to really try and attempt to give advice. It's just not really in his nature, because Jim would say to you, he's got the soul of a clown who wants to try and take advice from a clown. But that's not to say that he never will give advice, because this song is very, very much giving you advice. He's got a very definite message that he's trying to relay in this song, and this is about a very specific subject, and this is a subject that Morrison, I know, struggled with dramatically in his time in Paris, and it's a song about wasting time. And as you, the song creator, what he wants you to do is not waste time. And, it was something that he struggled with daily in his last days in Paris, is that I think he knew that the end was coming, and he wanted to utilize his time in the most maximized effort. And instead, he said he gave a rather futile effort in trying to maximize his time in Paris. And so that's kind of what the lesson of this song is all about. And also, I wanted to say one other thing. There is the name of the song is actually written from a line of Albert Einstein. Einstein wrote the name of the song, and Morrison says he met Einstein in the afterlife, and he was very fond of him. And Some of the words of the song is actually from Albert Einstein, and the name of the song is Imagination is the Language of the Soul. That's the name of the song. And I'm going to sing this for you. Morrison is a little bit more deliberate in his approach to singing than I am personally. By deliberate, I mean a little more. He tends to want to repeat things a little bit more than I would naturally. But I'm gonna try and sing this song to you just exactly the way he sings it to me, because that's I think how he wants it, and it's anyway, it's a little repetitive in parts, but it's done purposefully. So just give me a sec here, and I'm going to try and cue this up and sing you a song. Okay, here. This was wrote September 20th, 2025, today, the birth of the song, and Language of the Soul. That's the name of it. So I got a lot of stimulus going on around me in my apartment here. I'm trying to conjure up Jim for you and have him sing it the way that he's been doing in my head. And so it's very difficult with all the stimulus going on around me. So I'm going to try my best here. And Jim says not to worry about how it sounds. He just wants it out into the ether. So we're going to try and sing it to you just the way that Jim wants it sung. So, the moon tripped over the sky. I said the moon tripped over the sky, and it spilled stars all over our mind. It had spilled stars all over our eyes. Destiny is so blind. I said destiny is so blind. It feels its way up and down the horizon line. It feels its way up and down the horizon line, waiting slowly, biding its time, waiting so slowly, biding its time. Help blossom the seeds in your mind. Help blossom the seed in your mind. Imagination is more important than knowledge, was Einstein's favorite line. Imagination is more important than knowledge, was Einstein's favorite line. Imagination is the language of the soul, and destiny has so many tales yet to be told. Imagination is the language of the soul, and destiny has so many tales yet to be told. Please don't die wondering why. Please don't die wondering why. Please don't die wondering why. Make a star come alive today. Make a song born from the wandering way. All right, so that's pretty much a demo of the song. Like I said, Jim Morrison wrote the very beginning of that. He struggled with the line, let's see, the stars spilled all over. All over what was his major concern. But I guess we used minds and eyes. Stars spilled all over our eyes. Something close to that. He really didn't care for either one of the lines that much. That was something he was struggling with, and I couldn't really come up with anything better for him. So, some of the words there are from me. I wrote a little bit of that song. Help blossom the seeds in your mind. That was a line that I put in there. A lot of it was sang to me by Jim. Most of it is his song, and we kind of both together kind of wedged into Einstein stuff because that's kind of relevant to what the song is about. The song's trying to not waste time and create a song today. That's Jim's message. Create a song today. And this is actually the song that I created today with Jim Morrison and a little help from Albert Einstein. So the three of us together delivered this song to you into the cosmos from the ether. And take some advice from Jim and make a song today. As Jim would tell you, he paid a very hefty price to give you these words of advice. So take them for what they're worth, would be what he would want. And I don't know. There is the end of that is very creepy to me a little bit. That song when he singing, please don't die wondering why. He I don't really quite know what he's trying to get at by there, but what he's trying to say is I guess maybe my interpretation would be please don't die wondering why is saying why didn't you try harder. That's kind of the why to me. Why didn't you try harder? Because that's kind of what the basis of the song is about wasting your time, and what he wants you to do is not waste your time. So create a song today. Make a star come alive today is the words he use. So anyway, that's what the lesson for today is. Developing your inner radio and with a little assistance from Jim Morrison. And I hope upon listening to this, you found it beneficial. So that's what Jim would want. So thanks for listening. This is Mojo Rising, over and out. Have a good day. Please don't die wondering why.